don't time the step and the high pull, or time the step and the snatch, the movement will take the kettlebell back, but then like a pendulum motion, it'll like come forward, and so you have to time the, and if you don't kind of time the movement of all the different muscle groups in the movement. At the gym today, it's I thought I was gonna do steel mace stuff, but the weather was kind of weird, so it rained and then it became below freezing real quick, and so like everything was just super slippery. I almost slipped walking to the bus stop even, so it wouldn't have been ideal to swing stuff around outside. So made my way to the gym, and so today I'm going to do like kettlebell complexes and stuff. I've been so the UFC fights are on. It's still the prelims, but I like watching all the fights, even starting from the early prelims, and so I'm kind of watching that in between sets, while also doing kettlebell complexes. So mostly today is going to be kettlebell complexes, I believe. I might throw in some sled and mobility, and end off with the sauna. In any case, to start off, I'm doing this movement that I've been doing fairly often recently. It's this moving high pull to step snatch. So starting in a staggered position, high pull, snatch, another step snatch, then go back, staggered swing into the other hand, and repeat. Taking steps with the weight while doing the snatch and just the high pull and the step forces the body to work rhythmically. So if you don't time the step and the high pull, or time the step and the snatch, the movement becomes really awkward and you're not able to flow the way you're supposed to in order to execute the movement properly. And doing movements that require a little bit of rhythm and flow seems to, I guess, train the system of the body that I guess is responsible for rhythm. And with a lot of things, rhythm is really important. Like even while just running and stuff, you want to kind of get into a rhythmic cadence, taking the same step length each time, same stride length. Whatchamacallit, same pace, time between steps and stuff like that. And there's just many other examples, I guess, like dance or any kind of movement in which there's some sort of rhythm. And so yeah, I think it's a good thing to train that. In any case, supersetting that with double kettlebell clean to shoulder press. So going for 8. Oh, so yeah, doing these movements for 5 sets. and then on to the next. Uh, so for the previous set of movements, I forgot to mention the weights. So I was doing the step snatch sequence with a 25-pound kettlebell, and for the clean and press, I was using two 35-pound kettlebells. Um, with or for the next set of movements, using a 25-pound kettlebell. Um, and so sitting on a box, going to, I guess it would be called a seated clean. So doing a clean to shoulder press into a windmill and repeat for 10 times on each side. So a little bit of shoulder, or a lot of shoulders, quite a bit of core as well. And the act of doing the windmill also targets the lower back and stuff. Switching sides. So even with this movement sequence, there is that concept of rhythm, because as I drop it, the momentum will take the kettlebell back, but then like a pendulum motion, it'll like come forward, and so you have to time the cleaning motion kind of at the same time as the kettlebell is coming up, if that makes sense. Also, the act of doing the windmill stretches out the upper chest. Oh. Then for the second movement, doing tactical clean to shoulder press for 5 on each side with a 28 kilogram, 62-pound kettlebell. So, going for 5 each side. With the weight moving side to side, there's a lot of core involvement over there as well. And yeah, shoulder press, shoulders. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for now for 5 sets. Peyton Talbot just lost. I kind of like Peyton Talbot, or at least his style. But looks like he can't wrestle. So yeah, he just lost. That's where I'm at with the UFC fights. So yeah, on to the next workout or exercise. So Kevin Holland just lost. I think he could have won that. He just, I don't know, talks too much. I think him and Peyton Talbot have a similar issue where even in the middle of the fight, they're trying to be cool instead of focusing on the fight. Um, so, yeah, it is what it is. I do like Kevin Holland, though. In any case, for the next set of movements, starting with a step clean. So using the 28 kilogram, 62-pound kettlebell. So similar to the step snatch, I've actually reduced the height of the box a little and have decided to go like one level lower. I don't know what the exact height is. And instead of doing a snatch with a high pull, I'm just going to do repeated cleans with a step. So looks like this. Going for 10 on each side. So while stepping each time, I have to like contract at the hips so it targets the hip flexors too. And then the clean motion is shoulders and core. Then for the next, or I forgot to do it on this side. Then for the second movement, using two 25-pound kettlebells and doing a double kettlebell snatch to overhead squat and repeat. Going for 6. So yeah, doing these movements for now. 5 sets, and then on to the next. So finishing off with some kettlebell arm rotations. It's similar to club bell mills. And I'm going to do alternating mills and alternating sides as well, for 10 on each side. So looks like this. So getting a swing, then rebound and change, then switch hands and repeat. This again is a pretty rhythmic movement. And if you don't kind of time the movement of all the different muscle groups in the movement pretty precisely, it feels a little awkward. And then the muscle group that should be firing doesn't necessarily fire, if that makes sense. And then the tension moves more into, or more directly into the joints. It's not bad that there is tension on the joints, but it just loads the joints a little awkwardly. If you don't like move in the right rhythm. think I lost count. I'm just going to assume this is rep 6 or something. So yeah, I'm doing a couple of sets of this. Around around 4 or 5. Then going to head to the sauna. Yeah. This might be it for the video. If it is the case, see you all tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll record an outro or something.